Our banking union Sasbo says South Africans should brace themselves for a complete standstill in the banking sector as it embarks on a strike. The workers affiliated to the union will go on strike in Gauteng, the Free State, the Eastern Cape and KwaZulu-Natal on Friday. The union is expecting around 30,000 of its members to stay away from work. To discuss this, we are joined by Joe Kukela from Sasbo. Joe, thanks indeed for coming in. How many people do you expect, as far as your members are concerned, to actually go on strike on Friday, and what's your aim with this strike?
Thank you very much. Look, what we are expecting, we've got plus minus 40 to 50,000 members that have confirmed so far that they will be going into a strike. And the whole aim of the strike is to call for the stoppage to job retrenchments and also to job losses in this country as it is happening unabated.
This has been a long-drawn process, and the banks have said through the months that, look, we've consulted, we've done our consultations with the various employees that may or may not be impacted, and they have been saying that that number of retrenchments might be far smaller than what you suggest.
That's not true. And when they speak to consultation, in our laws, especially within the Labour Relations Act, there is a law that speaks to, which is Section 189, that speaks to retrenchments. And it speaks about the contemplation. If the employer starts to think that they are going to have some retrenchments, that rule says they have to consult with the union. And within that consultation, there's two things that really have to be looked at. One is to say, how do we minimize the number of people that have to lose their jobs? That is one. Two, we are looking at what is it that we can do to reach consensus. So as far as we are concerned, Sasbo, we've never reached any consensus with the banks. Coming to the numbers, I mean, we were approached by ABSA that spoke to 838 people that were about to lose their jobs. And as we speak even now, ABSA is still insisting, consulting with the union to say there's still other more jobs that are going to be lost, even if given the 838 that they approached us on. Then we are approached by the ones who have closed 91 plus branches in this country. And if you look at those 91 branches, you multiply each and every worker in that branch that has lost a job with 5. You realize how many other family members, those which were depending to that person, that are going to go to bed without food and whatever. So 1,200 people who have been served with notices in Standard Bank, and those people, they've exited the system. And later on, Standard Bank came back to say they were going to affect another 6,000 people. And they said to us, those 6,000 people, they'll be guaranteed their jobs. And as the union being in the game, we understand that if you affect somebody, it means that there's no guarantee that those people, they'll get a job. As we speak now, those people are having the letters that are telling them that their jobs are affected. We're talking of 6,000 people here. And then we are approached by Nedbank that stated that it's going to affect 3,000 jobs. As we speak, 1,800 people are out of the system in Nedbank, and we're waiting for them to finish the number that they've given to us. So I don't know when they say the numbers that we're giving as Sasbo, they're far less than what they're given. Even if it can be far less, we are saying as Sasbo, one job loss, it's a job too many.
Hence you were taking to the streets on Friday. I just want to again go back to the question of the impact that you're trying to create on the industry on Friday. I mean, you know, had this been done 20 years ago, it was a different story. We've got internet banking now. I mean, consumers or clients can simply log on and do their transactions. That's what the banks are saying in terms of the impact. What sort of impact, I mean, how severe do you want to rock this industry, and what response exactly do you want out of this?
You see, one thing that the banks will tell you about is this buzzword now that speaks to fourth industrial revolution. And as Sasbo, we embrace that there is fourth industrial revolution. And much as we're saying there's fourth industrial revolution, the only time where we differ with the banks is that the banks did not really take any advantage of making sure that they equip our members to be ready for the fourth industrial revolution. And the other thing is, if you ask any bank in this country to say, what does the future work of wealth entails? Nobody can tell us, but they are very quick to retrench people. And all that we're saying as Sasbo is to say it's not about the 4th Industrial Revolution, it's about corporate greed, because we're seeing a lot of corporate greed that is happening, that is taking place within the banks. I mean, how do you justify a salary of somebody in the bank who's earning 258,000 a day?
I get that, but I just want to find out very quickly on Friday, to what extent do you think your striking will have an impact on operations for clients?
Look, it will have an impact because of all that we're looking at. If we've got plus minus 45 to 50,000 workers on the street, it means that there'll be no operations within those financial institutions. That is one. And thinking that maybe ATMs and the POS will be working, it's a fallacy because of those machines have been operated by our members. So our members are operating all those other things. They'll be out on the street. So it means that there'll be a total shutdown as far as the finance institution functions are concerned in this country. So that is the impact that it will have into the members of the society in South Africa.
All right, thanks very much indeed. That was Joe Kokela there from Sasbo.